Now, I don't usually brag about my YouTube success because my YouTube channel is nothing special. I don't get people around me shouting, "Oh, hey, that's Apaben," and I don't go to everybody saying, "Hey, I have a successful YouTube channel. I'm famous, everyone." I mean, that's just weird. I'm still very much unknown in my local area, and I think it's for the best. I am introverted, I don't talk to people, and every time I want to get a look at girls, I am always distracted by 2D women. And since I carry my phone, headset, and Nintendo Switch everywhere, that's practically a goodbye to any forms of social interactions. Thankfully, despite the very lonely atmosphere, my introversion is pretty freaking extreme, so I don't mind being lonely at all, maybe to a degree that is pretty much concerning. And this YouTube channel has made my life a hell of a lot easier. I love doing YouTube and I get a steady income both from ad revenue and my patrons. Speaking of which, huge thanks to Rezo Gem, Nicholas, Okamigat, and Caldenbach for the pledges on Patreon. You guys are fantastic. I got fans that showed their appreciation by telling me about how they love my videos, love my content, and even drawing fan arts of me. Speaking of which, thanks to The Sketch at Dominic Serena. I love you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. Even if nobody celebrates my birthday, this is the best birthday present that you can ever give to me. So why am I shamelessly flexing my success? Well, I apologize for that. I really don't mean to make you look miserable or not as successful in comparison, so allow me to humiliate myself in exchange. Here are the many things that you can do to be so much better than me. Having a bachelor's degree or higher, having any experience in any job, having any sorts of drawing skills, GPA above 3.0, have any experience with firing guns, clean room, great handwriting, have a consistent exercise schedule and routine, taller than 6 foot, have a sexy voice, can play the piano really well, can play the guitar really well, and most importantly, have a sweet loving family or girlfriend or wife who truly and dearly love you. If you manage to fill at least one criteria, congratulations, you are a hell of a lot better than me and I am very jealous of you. But going back to my original question, what's with the flexing, you obnoxious weeb? Well, I have to do that in order to give context for a response to this article.
Success on YouTube still means a life of poverty. You can have 1 million views a month and still not be able to make rent.
That's freaking insane. How can that happen? How can big successful YouTubers still live a life of poverty? Well, that can depend entirely from one YouTuber into another. The individual cases and circumstances are different from person to person. I've heard a lot of news of YouTubers being homeless or kicked out of their apartments, which is a shame. I am terribly sorry for any of those involved, assuming if that was real. But then there are also other factors like the recent purging of channels, which apparently YouTube considered it a mistake. Mistake or not, YouTube, it is still purging and you're putting the livelihoods of those channels at risk. And let's not forget the demonetization, the requirements to get monetization on YouTube. So there are two big reasons to answer this. One is the individual circumstances of each YouTuber, and two is YouTube themselves. So let's watch the embedded video to get the general information, and then later we can read the article to get through more details.
YouTuber is the new Hollywood star.
I guess so.
Kids say that they want to be YouTubers when they grow up.
No, don't. Just don't. Do yourselves a favor and don't tell your kids this message. I'm going to be 100% honest here. I got real lucky. Sometimes you get big into YouTube not because of the quality of your content, but because YouTube's algorithms are in your favor. If you really want to get money on YouTube, you need to do it as a hobby at first. So make sure you still have another source of income. I'm still in college in my 6th semester, so I can still rely on my parents to pay them. But with this whole YouTube stuff, I can actually pay for my college, but my parents told me to save my money, so there's that. If you get a sizable enough audience, then you can probably consider doing it part-time. Full-time is a very great risk that even I wouldn't take at the channel of this size. It's one very big investment. You can't go full-time on YouTube when your subscribers are only around 1,000 or your video views couldn't even break the 1,000 views mark. But then again, the same thing can be said to any career. You need to start off small before you can move on to something big and gain more profit when doing those big things. So my point is, be very smart, consider the risks, the benefits, and make sure you get yourselves alive and well fed in the end. YouTube has been punishing small content creators relentlessly, so if you want to go to YouTube right now, it's going to be a very big investment.
But chances of success are very slim.
Agreed. You need to consider the large numbers of competitors, YouTube's algorithms changing every day, and let's not forget YouTube demonetizing videos left and right. That really helps YouTube.
And even successful YouTubers don't make much money.
I want to see an example for this. It will probably be detailed in the article down below, but let's just watch the video for now.
New research shows you can be in the top 3% of most viewed YouTubers and still be in poverty. A vlogger in the top 3% might get more than 1.4 million views a month, but could bring in about $16,800 a year in ad revenue.
I usually count my revenues monthly, so that would be around $1,400 per month average. To my standards, that's a lot. I can't disclose my exact number due to YouTube's guidelines, but I assure you that $1,400 per month average is way lesser than the money that I got in the ad revenue alone. From what I can gather, a full-time minimum wage worker in America has an annual earning of $15,080, so it's at least slightly above the minimum wage, but then again, you can't really get any money if you're above the required 1,000 subscribers for monetization, so being above the minimum is really not enough. I'm not exactly educated in American economics, and if you are, congratulations, you are better than me. So I really want to know your input on this. Point is, while I can be considered successful on YouTube, with the state of the channel that I am in right now, I am definitely making less money than the standard American minimum wage. So if you want to be a YouTuber and you're in America, please take that into consideration. However, if you're not in America and the economy of your country sucks, which raises the value of US dollars significantly, then congratulations! You can pretty much make it out alive and still be able to even buy fancy toys. So in conclusion, move here to Indonesia, I guess?
Superstars can make more money through sponsorships.
And let's not forget merch, link in the bio. I don't have merch, but I do have a Patreon and PayPal, and you can support me through those. If you want.
Breaking into the top 3% is harder than ever, and the top 3% also get 90% of all the views.
Wait, if the top 3% gets 90% of the views, how can they still make slightly above minimum wage? Again, we're gonna find out the moment we read more details in the article.
It'll only get more difficult. YouTube now requires creators to have 1,000 subscribers or more to be eligible to make money from advertising.
Yep. YouTube is making it harder and harder for new creators to bloom. So now let's get into the details. The article starts off by saying that 96.5% of all of those trying to become YouTubers won't make enough money off of advertising to crack the US poverty line. Which is true because most people don't join YouTube because they want to be a YouTuber and make money. They just want to have an account to comment on videos or make their own playlists or maybe just occasionally upload one video or two. Again, YouTube's algorithms change day by day and it's only a matter of luck if you get promoted by them. This doesn't count the demonetization and especially the quality of your content. We already know the $16,800 figure, but the article points out that the poverty line is about $12,140 for a single person. For a 2-person household, that would be $16,460. The top 3% of video creators of all time in the sample of the study attracted more than 1.4 million views per month average. If the YouTuber is releasing videos weekly, that's around 350,000 views per video. If you're following the universal rule of $1 per 1,000 views, that's already $350 per video, which means around $1,400 per month. So the numbers do add up at least.
If you're a serious regular on a network TV show, you're getting a good amount of money, said Alice Marwick, an assistant professor of communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Yet you can have 1 million followers on YouTube and still be working at Starbucks.
That is pretty much going to be expected to a lot of channels on YouTube. You have to treat YouTube as part-time at best. Full-time is a big investment that has a lot more risk to count than actual benefits. So consider any of those factors before you even start. Or don't even start at all. I did this whole YouTube thing just for fun and I still have college to go on. So again, consider the factors. The article has a chart displaying how the views are distributed. So the black one is at the bottom 97% and the red one is in the top 3%. As the years go, there will be more views directed towards channels who are on the top 3% rather than the bottom 97%, which probably makes sense considering that the top 3% has more subscribers and not a lot of channels can even break through the 10,000 subscriber mark. So I don't think this chart has any sorts of meaning other than to say that the most subscribed person on YouTube will direct more views. The chart also doesn't show the rising number of users from 2016 to 2016, so the ratio might be lesser because there are more people joining YouTube and have less than, say, 10,000 subscribers, which makes sense. Surveys have shown that 1 in 3 British children aged 6 to 17 say that they want to become a YouTuber, 3 times as many as those who want to become a doctor or a nurse. There's a hilarious anecdote from Tom Burns, founder of an annual British YouTube convention, who has a cousin that says that he wanted to skip college to become a full-time YouTuber. That is the dumbest thing that you can say, and you cannot guarantee that you'll be able to do it as a job. I second that. The article then said, of course the goal of being a YouTuber is to become a superstar. That's not really my goal, to be honest. I just want to share my opinions and make videos with opinions because I love doing it and it's fun. I don't want to be a superstar. I don't want paparazzi spying me left and right because in that case, I cannot fact to my big anime titties in peace. Just leave me alone, guys. At the very least, I want to be successful. I want to have people who enjoy my content, and the money is good to buy some games on Steam and Nintendo Shop and potentially pay for my college if my parents let me, and some basic needs, so there's that. There's a very interesting chart here that talks about how the category matters. Apparently talking about news and politics in 2016 would gain you an even better chance of recognition than talking about comedy, games, music, or just blogging about yourself. I've seen this happen with quite a lot of channels that talk about politics, so I can verify this chart. And even then, 10.9% of success of news and politics is still quite small. The article then talks about the barriers of getting into YouTube. You don't really need much. In fact, you can get into YouTube using only your phone. You don't really need the summer bootcamp obviously, so let's skip that. Most of my knowledge in how to make videos come from YouTube. There are so many editing tutorials out there ranging from video, audio, Photoshop, etc. In terms of my style, I obviously watch other YouTubers and take influences from them, and in some cases copy because I'm a prick like that. If you want to know more details on who influenced me, I have a video on that. And in terms of equipments, well, mine is admittedly pretty freaking exquisite, but you don't really need this much. I'll show you how. Someone by the name of Asher Benjamin spent $460 on a camera and a tripod. $460 for a camera and a tripod? Mate, with that money, you can get a Logitech C922 webcam for around $90, a Sony HDR CX405 for $200 if you're filming outside, a simple cheap tripod for around $20, the Samsung C01U microphone for $80, the Samsung SP01 shock mount for $30, a cheap adjustable Skizaround for $15, and congratulations, you get a really damn impressive YouTube starter kit for around $25 less. Hell, you can be a YouTuber with only $95 investment in a good microphone. Actually, make it $50. The Samson Go is a great entry-level microphone, and this microphone that I use right now, the Samsung Q2U, is only $55. Do your research. Be a smart customer. This is quite ironic coming from me because I suck at bargaining so much that 100% of the time I don't. So add that to the reason why you're better than me, Liz. But I am good at researching my items. I know my stuff. I want to know where the money lands. If I make my videos, I need to consider the costs and benefits. Should I stay with my cheap but extremely reliable Samsung Q2U, or should I bump straight into a Scarlett 2i2 audio interface and the sexy as hell, Shure SM7B, Rode NT1, Rode Procaster, Electro Voice RE320. Not you, go away. The point is, $460 just for a tripod and a camera? You're spending too much for a small channel, mate. Benjamin spends an hour a day editing his videos. This video alone took me around 3 hours of scripting, 3 hours of PowerPoint slides, and approximately around 4 hours of video editing and audio editing. And I can make at least one video per 2 or 3 days, which might be overkill to a lot of people, so don't follow me as an example. That is unless your time management skills are godlike. He also recently hit 100 subscribers. It is certainly ambitious to invest $460 for a channel whose fate is very uncertain. We don't really know if you're gonna make it out there, so best of luck to you, Benjamin. And best of luck for others too if they want to be YouTubers. Especially best of luck to those who share controversial opinions. YouTube has done everything that it could to make sure that smaller content creators and bigger content creators with controversial opinions don't get any sorts of benefit at all. There's definitely an argument in how brand new YouTubers can't get big because of the competition, but there's also a case in which brand new YouTubers can't get big because YouTube is being YouTube. Demonetizing videos, making it harder for people to monetize their content, flagging channels out of nowhere, giving false claims. These are the many issues that will haunt new content creators on YouTube. Competition is one, and YouTube itself is another. Also, YouTube, stop trying to be Wendy. You're not Wendy. You only come off as freaking obnoxious and insulting here.